A very good evening and welcome to Buenos Aires as Argentina welcome Cuba on game day 2 of the 2027 FIBA World Cup qualifying campaign. These two nations facing off again in Group D, having played the reverse meeting on Friday. Argentina winning by 12 in Cuba. Elsewhere in this group, Uruguay have 2 wins over Panama, including one dramatically at the final buzzer last night. Each of the 4 groups of the Americas qualifiers, after a total of 6 games, the top 3 advance to the second round. They will carry their records with them. It is then 2 groups of 6. The top 3 from each group, as well as the best 4th place team in the second stage, take the 7 tickets for the Americas amongst the 32 teams that will compete on the grand stage at the 2027 World Cup in Qatar. Cuba on Friday, a 68-80 win for Argentina on game day 1 between these two. The away side winning the first period by 8, but the next 3 were ultra competitive, margins of 1, 3 and 0. Signs of positivity that Cuba could produce an upset for the ages, but tonight the odds stacked even more against the underdog Islanders. In that 12-point victory, Argentina were held to only 18% shooting on the perimeter. Hard to imagine that happening again, especially with Campasso in deck, perhaps ready for bigger roles for Argentina, having been with the team for a few days ahead of tonight. And on the other side, Cuba now without their 2 best players from that first meeting. Pedro Bombino injured, Carol Guzman also unavailable this evening. So the rest of the Cuba squads, in trying to get the better of this talented Argentine team, will need to show the same kind of fighting qualities that saw them win each of the offensive rebounding, turnover and steal counts on Friday. A huge cheer there for Facundo Campasso. And Cuba, of course, are going to have to shoot the ball much better. It was a torrid 39-22-59 split for the team in that 12-point defeat on game day 1. Argentina will feel they can, with Gabi Deck on side as well, as Facundo Campasso, be even better here tonight. Especially in front of their home crowd here in the capital, Buenos Aires, as well. You see the gelling of established superstars and rising stars for Argentina, perhaps really coming to the fore here this evening. Ahead of finding out the starting 5s and moving closer to the tip-off, we will first pause for the 2 national anthems.
Muchísimas gracias. Y a continuación escuchamos el himno nacional argentino.
Argentina 8th in the FIBA World Rankings, hosting Cuba, the 69th ranked nation, here in the capital, Buenos Aires. Game day 2 of the 2027 FIBA World Cup Americas qualifiers. The biggest David versus Goliath contest that we will see here in Group D. The bright sun of Argentina starting to really shine again. America silver medal winning stars bolstered in this World Cup qualifying window by returns to the national side for a couple of their biggest stars, point guard Facundo Campazzo and forward Gabby Deck. Both given permission by Real Madrid to travel. Here we see the introduction of the officiating crew from Venezuela, Canada and Brazil. And soon we'll get the introduction of the starting fives. Campazzo and Deck playing limited minutes the first game, but was having only just arrived. And as for Cuba, tonight, 2 stars missing. Bombino and Guzman both out. 2 players who in Friday's defeat combined for exactly half of their 68 points, as well as 15 rebounds, 6 offensive boards and 3 steals. It is now the ultimate opportunity for somebody else to step into the spotlight, with 2 leading roles vacant and the world watching. We'll find out their starters first. This is the lineup that Cuba go with in the absence of those 2 players. Tito Casero can certainly put up bigger numbers. He only had 4 points in the first game. Marcos Chacon, 14 points. Was their second top scorer, albeit on fairly low shooting percentages. They're bolstered by Johan Gutierrez being added to the roster. Marlon Diaz there played 19 minutes. Cuba were actually +2 in his 19 minutes on court. The only Cuba player for Onel Planas' team that had a positive plus-minus. Marlon Diaz given the start today. 6 rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds, only 4 points, Diaz. Cuba were winning in his time on court. Here's Gabby Deck. So much excitement here in Buenos Aires to see him and Facundo Campazzo, as well as players who've really graduated to this senior stage. So, in the absence of those 2 stars at the America, let's see who starts for Argentina tonight. Jose Vildoza, who averaged a team-high 14.8 points, 5.3 assists at the America, with Campazzo not playing. Campazzo will come off the bench here, as will Deck. You see there Gonzalo Corbalan, a team-high 19 points in game 1, as well as 8 rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds, 3 assists, and of course the coach is back. Pablo Prigioni had to defer his head coach duties on game day 1 due to travel restrictions for US residents in Cuba. Prigioni, an assistant coach for the Timberwolves since 2019. So the main man back on the bench for Argentina. It was an absolute disaster for his team when they didn't qualify for the 2023 World Cup. The previous world champion Argentina back in the 50s, they were reigning silver medalists from the 2019 edition before missing out on the last tournament. Reigning champions of the Americas as well at that stage, having won their 3rd continental crown in 2022. But a new era of positivity did start at this summer's America. They put that disappointment behind them. A silver medal on the continental stage, despite not being among the favourites for the podium. With, of course, Campazzo and Deck having missed the tournament. Now in these qualifiers, they have those established superstars. They have their twinkling rising stars. And tonight, with this crowd behind them, they have the expectation that they will start 2-0. For Cuba, who've failed to qualify for each of the last 7 editions of the World Cup, this is the ultimate mountain to climb. Francisco Cafaro was Argentina's best player in game one, an 18-point, 10-rebound double-double in 24.5 minutes. Cuba with the first possession of this one. I think they've lost half of their points from the first game, with 2 players missing out tonight. Let's see who takes on the main responsibility for the underdogs. A turnover straight away. Vildoza to Cafaro. Jose Vildoza again, the 29-year-old point guard. And this is the first shot. Vildoza made 3.5 threes a game at the America Cup, at a tournament 4th best, 47%, but he couldn't bring that form into these qualifiers. In the first game, he was 0 of 7 from the field, 0 of 5 on the outside. He's missed one early here as well. Post. Reverse, not the points, but the offensive rebound. Open spot for 3. That one rims out as well. Cuba getting some breaks here. Corbalan and Vildoza missing good looks from long range. Battling back though. And now galloping down the hardwood and putting it in was Brusino through the contact. Nicolas Brusino, another big name. One of the Argentinians who won that America Championship in 2022. He's having a big season for his club side, Gran Canaria, in the Basketball Champions League. 13.8 points per game with 48% three-point shooting. Offensive rebound for Argentina, this time off a missed foul shot. Trying to throw it down was Cafaro, the 7-footer. 2'16" or 7'1" if you prefer. Francisco Cafaro, the 25-year-old. He's battling for the ball here, but beaten to it. So only 2 points in 2 minutes for Argentina. And a chance for the tie, still nothing, and still even off the tip for Cuba. They've started 0 of 4 from the floor. Taking the ring road around the defense. Corbalan. Second for efficiency for Argentina at the America was Gonzalo Corbalan, the 23-year-old guard. 3-point shot back iron for Cuba. Still 0 for them, 0 for 5 now. Argentina looking to stretch this early advantage. And thrown down by Cafaro, had to force it home off the rim. But Argentina are now finally forcing the issue. A sequence of misses early for them, just 1 score, but a couple in quick succession. And that finally forces the Cuba timeout, down 6.
Tranquilidad, si no puedo jugar de una forma, juego de otra, que haya movimiento de balón, movimiento de jugadores, tranquilo, respiren que las cosas le van a salir, corran, jueguen puño, juega 41, juega mano, tranquilo que las cosas le van a salir, tranquilo, respiren, vamos, venga, 1, 2, 3, vamos.
3 turnovers as well as the 0 of 4 from the field that we see there. As forceful as he wanted it to be, Cafaro, but he just got it in. For Boca Juniors in the Argentine League this season, he's averaging a 17.6 point, 10.4 rebound double-double. Only 3.5 offensive rebounds a game, 61% shooting. He shot 70% from the field at the America Cup in 20 minutes a game. Francisco Cafaro. And Cuba end the 3-minute drought. No, it's another turnover. They're 4th already. And the stop and the pop In transition wouldn't go, and then just couldn't get back on court in time. So Jose Vildoza catches it out of bounds for the Argentina turnover. Only 10 players on the list for Cuba tonight. Missing Guzman and Bombino, 2 stars. No place for Abraham Isaac either. And finally a score. It's taken nearly 3.5 minutes, but it's got them within just 1 shot, the first 3 of the game. After Argentina had missed a number themselves. Can't cancel it. Offensive rebound flipped up and in though by Juan Fernandez. Argentina themselves are 0 of 4 on the outside, but they're 4 of 7 on the interior. Fernandez didn't make a mess that time. And the baseline on the burst. Corner 3. Different side, same outcome. Back-to-back buckets for Cuba. And back within 2. Marcos Chacon that time. 2 of 6 in the first game. Now they get the ball back. Here's a look at the three-point shooting numbers, bottom of your screen. A chance for the tie or maybe even the lead. It's a mid-ranger for the tie. Over everything, though, from Chacon. Lucino to the far side, and they turn it over, trying to go into the post. Sloppy play, and then the foul in transition on Vildoza. And the tables, it seems, have started to turn a little, but listen to this roar. You can't even see it on your screen, but you hear it there. It had to be him. Facundo Campasso is coming in. Balancing the baseline. Doing really well here. Brusino not budging though. Couldn't back it in on the turn. Saved by Campasso. It's not just all about his magic. A wizard who's full of hustle as well. Corner 3, good off the Campasso assist. Off the Campasso save. Brusino knocks it down, and Argentina back up by 5. He's got 5 points. And a rebound now for Brusino. And Campasso scanning the floor. Footwork, glance off the glass, wouldn't go. Miss for Corbalan. No foul at centre court, just ploughed through everything in his path. Giving his teammate a free flight path for the flying finish, the follow from Echevarria. Now staying in touch, Echevarria the rebound. But that was his first field goal of these qualifiers. He was 0 of 5 on game day 1. Here's a 3 for the tie off rebound Brusino. Now Deck pushing the pace, not picking up the points. Bounce pass, moving away from the basket, doesn't go down. We're seeing plenty of intensity here, not really great shot making. Cuba are 3 of 13 from the field. Argentina are 5 of 16. That one for Echevarria. The biggest highlight reel moments. Campasso, 2-time EuroLeague champion, former all-first teamer, finds his club and international colleague Gabby Deck. Even he can't convert. He was the MVP en route to the gold medal at the America Cup in 2022. Averaged 21.2 points per game, Gabby Deck. And the roll of the rim, good and 1, and a chance for the tie from 6 down for Cuba. Marcos Chacon. I wondered who would take on the responsibility with Bombino and Guzman out. Chacon is doing that, and doing it early. 3 from Johan Gutierrez as well, a player added to the roster ahead of this second game. Now we have a 3-point play from Chacon, who's up to 6 points. And Cuba from 6 down a level. Campasso finding Deck, telepathic pass. Relationship and understanding built through the years for club and country. Three-point shot for the lead for Cuba. Campasso grabbing the rebound. Smallest man on the floor. Deck looking back for Campasso. Those two looking to dominate. It feels like here. The post, the toast, the pass. The hesitation, the foul as Cafaro was going up. There's Marlon Diaz. Only 2 fouls each. In the first 7.5 minutes for these two teams. Cafaro at the line. First pair to shoot tonight for Argentina. They had an and-one opportunity that they missed. So that's their first converted foul shot. Argentina's best player, I mentioned in game 1. He had 18 points, 10 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds, 2 assists, a steal and a block, Cafaro. This is the second free throw. He was 4 of 5 in the first game. Turnover Deck. We're going to go coast to coast. How about the chase back from Brusino? But being backed up by his teammates, Cuba able to convert. They're only down 1. Argentina timeout. Prigioni wants to talk a few things through.
Empezar a definir nada más, lo vamos a hacer. Cuidado con las pérdidas de la transición y el rebote. Lo único que tenemos que tener cuidado. Estamos bien defensivamente, en ataque tendríamos que estar por bien. Vamos a tirar, vamos. Vamos a estarlo. Vamos a un cuerno bajo. Cuerno bajo. Brusi, Corva, te vas. Cuidado, no se tiren de cabeza.
Vamos a jugar pick and roll más al medio. ¿Ah?
No tanto, no tanto.
I said in the pre-game, you can't imagine that Argentina's three-point shooting would be as bad as it was in the first game, but it has been so far 1 of 7. And we see that brilliant chase back block from Brusino that ultimately was not rewarded. Those three-point misses can be opportunities for Cuba to run. Neither team shooting it well, but Cuba better on the perimeter here. There's another miss, 1 of 8 on the outside, Argentina. Cuba 2 of 5. Only 3 of 13 from 2. In this low-scoring first quarter, Cuba have a chance to take the lead for the very first time in the game. Step through move, finger roll wouldn't fall, but a foul neatly done by Johan Gutierrez. He's determined to make up for lost time, having not played the first game. Foul on Gabi Deck. Gutierrez got 13 minutes a game in America qualifying. Cuba didn't make the main tournament. They had to come through the pre-qualifiers. And they fell just short in the main qualifying campaign. He averaged an efficient 4.7 points, 3 rebounds in those 13 minutes. Not too efficient at the foul line here, though. 14-14, still no lead for Cuba. Neck and neck, though, with the team well above them in the rankings. Deck off again on the outside. Campasso, how aggressive the offensive rebound, but Now they're short-handed on defense after he throws it back to Cuba. So Cuba, 9 minutes in, looking for their first lead, short on the shot, offensive rebound foul. Aldo Castal, who got in front of his Argentine opponent. Aldo was called on Marlon Diaz. So Diaz picking up his second. Both teams have 3. Nobody on more than 1 for Argentina. The hang time, the floater, the miss, but the flying tip from Deck. Sarah waiting for the cavalry to arrive. Penetrating the paint with power and purpose and points. Marlon Diaz. Keeping neck and neck still. Campasso, the show and the go, and it goes the other way, and the outside shot will go as well, right on the money. Facundo Campasso digging into his magic bag. Lucino has 8 points. How quick Cuba to hit back, and how quick Argentina to try and get forward, but Campasso has to put the brakes on. Cuba do have plenty of athleticism, though. Not to make Argentina run. And force. Really any kind of a look for Campasso at the end of the first quarter. And they put a bit of pressure on Argentina here in Buenos Aires. Argentina only winning the first period by 1. Won the first quarter by 8 in the reverse meeting on Friday. Look at those three-point shooting numbers. 2 of 10 Argentina, under 50% on the inside as well. 2 of 5 on the exterior, but only 31% from 2. The position categories have been important for Argentina. They've grabbed 1 extra. In fact, 2 extra offensive rebounds in the game and 1 less turnover. So despite the fact they're not shooting the ball well, they have the edge. They've taken plenty of three-point shots. 10 three-point attempts in as many minutes. It's almost as many three-point attempts as two-point attempts. Great athleticism and leap for that putback from Marlon Diaz. Cuba were scoring more frequently the longer that first period was going on. Plenty for them to be encouraged about here, even with Campasso coming to the game and doing stuff like this. Campasso with 3 assists, along with 1 turnover in the first quarter. That's a QR code for the courtside 1891 app. Find it, if not, in the App Store. That's where you want to be for all of those Campasso highlights. They 14.5 minutes in game 1, Campasso. He only arrived along with Gabby Deck a day before that first game. The ping passing through the paint on the set play to start the second. Delightfully done by Argentina, who lead by 3. Deck played 13 minutes in that first game. 3-point shot off right. Campasso certainly ready to play longer minutes tonight. As to this man, Deck. He'll post up on the mismatch here, has the height advantage against Casero. Left-right graces the wrong side of the rim. Had an impact in those 13 minutes, Scabby Deck. In the first game, 8 points, 5 rebounds and 2 steals. Touch pass creates the open look for 3, and the foul on it. Echeverria fouled. Despite the fact he's not been a great three-point shooter, he missed all 3 of his attempts in the first game. We've seen what he can do on the interior here with that flying putback. He missed his only three-point attempt previously tonight as well. Now he gets 3 free throws. And a late and overzealous closeout. Did well in other departments in that first game. Despite not scoring, he grabbed 7 rebounds. That was second best on the team, and he had 3 blocked shots, a game high. Takes care of business from the strike. 3 of 3, Cuba level, 11 minutes in. 5 and 7 already for Echeverria. Still no points for Campasso. Out of bounds. Argentina ball. Campasso in here. Get it back from Negrete. Campasso, crossover into the lane, draws a crowd, kicks it out, creates the open shot, short. Cuba finally take the lead. It's not happened yet, despite many opportunities. Still no. Acero off on the outside. Look how quickly, coast to coast, for the flying rack attack goes Negrete. The flying freight train down the track and to the rack. On the floor is the second on Argentina here in the second. But how about the 24-year-old Alex Negrete, plowing through everything in his path, going through the gears, foot firmly on the accelerator, and leaving bodies in his wake. Offensive rebounding count in the first game. They had more steals, they had fewer turnovers, Cuba. They still lost it by 12 points. Spinning away. There's contact called against Vildoza. He seemed to swivel away from the attempt at the pickpocket. And they certainly threw out his other arm. Let's have a look. I didn't see that. There was an arm left, the right arm coming out as he spun away to shield the ball, and to shield his space. Call that Argentina's 3rd foul in 2.5 minutes of the second period. Cuba yet to commit one. They're in a positive position here. Tough running hot shot. To see so many Argentines flying forward, but the trailing triple is off for Negrete. Chacon. Attack from the far side, smothering block from a 24-year-old who's playing big, Alex Negrete, a two-way talent. Got 19 minutes in the first game, had 7 points, 4 rebounds, but only shot 2 of 8 from the field and had 3 turnovers. Negrete doing special things here on game day 2. Jose Vildoza happy to put his body on the line as well to try and get possession. Argentina know they're in a fight here. The officials are going to go take a check of the video evidence here. Here's that block from Negrete. Just pounced upon by Vildoza. The foul called against the Cuban player. Negrete, the shadow and the shutdown. Argentina renowned for their tenacity. We've seen that in abundance already here. Using it to counteract the physicality of Cuba. Make this a really feisty contest. So these are the images that the officials are looking at as we speak right now. There's clearly an attempt to go for the ball. That's not in doubt. It's a foul coming from behind, with Jose Vildoza having a free path to the basket. Had he been able to tame the ball, maybe it's a regular foul. Not been hitting their outside shots right the way through this weekend. Cuba given further encouragement. Gone. Echevarria. It's Gabby Deck on the post over everything Diaz. Gain, outpace, and with purpose. There's Alex Negrete, the same way he got that highlight reel throwdown not too long ago. This time passed on the responsibility. Cuba called for just their second foul of the second period. Deck's going to go to the line. 8 straight seasons with Real Madrid for Gabby Deck. EuroLeague champion in 2023. He was one of the best forwards in Europe, particularly that season, and for a number of other campaigns. MVP for Argentina, en route to the Continental crown in 2022. He's rarely played for the national team actually since then. Not too many appearances. He goes to the bench on 6 points here. These fans delighted to get to see Gabby Deck play here in Buenos Aires, as well as, of course, Facundo Campazzo. Open three-point shot, too heavy for Echevarria. Got a kind bounce, Cuba. Echevarria up to 8 points. And Cuba within 1. And floater hits front and back iron, but won't go. Nice pass, nice find. That man again. He's an X factor right now. Alex Negrete pops it in, and Argentina lead by 3 points. Fernandez has 6. Wide open spot. Wouldn't go for the Cuba tie. Midway point of the second. Oh, comfortably to the cup goes that young man again, Alex Negrete. Hearing it from Buenos Aires right now. Floater in the lane, good for Diaz. Negrete's got 4 points, 3 assists, a steal, 2 rebounds in his 7 minutes. And Argentina's scoring is picking up the pace. Juan Fernandez, key to that as well. Double Cuba's assist tally. And there's Negrete working hard on defense again, along with Fernandez. Those two have changed the dynamic. Juan Fernandez has 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds and a steal in 11.5 minutes. Negrete, I just read you his stat line. It's been a real spark plug. 3-point shot for Diaz. Argentina may have just found the right combinations to open up a bit of a gap here ahead of halftime. Negrete slipping it in. Great advantage here, backing in, turning, power and a punch in the paint. Delivered to the chin of Cuba by Cafaro. It is time for Argentina to power to the first half finish line. With this combination of players, can Cuba counter off the back of their timeouts? Argentina by 7. And they have the largest lead of the game with just under 4 to play in the first half.
Con el vuelo del balón tiene que salir, no se puede quedar con el más flaquito. Tenemos que jugar todos los con 20% de y no se pueden demorar. Seguir. Vamos,
Mismatch. You better believe it. Francisco Cafaro taking no prisoners in the paint. Cafaro up to 5 points. Teach to lead the way from Brusino and Fernandez. 6 for Deck. Argentina by 7 have their largest lead. No fouls to give though. 4 minutes play in the first half. Cuba off the back of the timeout with Casero. Chacon rather. Shot clock down to the final 5 ticks here. Chacon going to work, lost the handle, recovered it. Can he get past Brusino? He can, but only via a travel. That's great lockdown defense from Nicolas Brusino. Argentina protecting the ball really well here. Just 4 turnovers. 16.5 minutes. To stretch what is already the largest lead after Cuba earlier tied from 6 down, now trailing by 7, haven't led at all in this game. Brusino, they're dizzying the defense. Batted back an offensive rebound. That's been their medicine to their perimeter poison. They keep on missing threes. Chacon. Ferran for 3. Not that Cuba are doing much better on the outside. Argentina are 2 of 16, 13%. Cuba 3 of 10 for 30%. On the interior, dominating. Francisco Cafaro points in appreciation of the pass as they find the mismatches again. And now integral continues to be Negrete. 4 assists now, Negrete. Yes, Argentina have problems shooting the ball on the perimeter for the second game in a row, but on the inside they're shooting 59% here. They've also got 9 offensive rebounds to Cuba's 6. The foul limit, and Ferran is out the line. 9 having been the largest lead so far. So back in the game, swatted away, but emphatically back in from Cafaro. They stopped the smallest player on the court, they couldn't stop the biggest. Argentina by 10. First double-digit lead. Cafaro a rebound as well. Campasso. Just looks like a video game player. Campasso. Cafaro couldn't convert. That's when you press the wrong button on the controller. Chacon. Seeing plenty of the ball. It goes the other way this time. It's an awkward looking shot. Final minute of the first half approaching. Argentina by 10. Campasso. Lucino into Cafaro. Has a mismatch against anybody. Campasso has the freedom of the perimeter. Even he can't knock down the threes. And that's one of those chances you have to take if you're Cuba and you really believe you can cause a major upset here. Would have made it a single-digit margin heading towards the half. Campasso's yet to score. About another assist, maybe. Lucino off. Another three-point miss, another offensive rebound. Again, that's the recipe. And Argentina lead by 12. Cafaro is up to 11 points. 5 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds. Game's top scorer right now. 8-second differential here, end of the half. Do we need anything right now? Nothing is going down for them. There's another rebound for Cafaro. Bounce pass, Deck. Right down the runway. Right in time. Gabby Deck was arriving. And Argentina are pulling away and flying. Corbalan's pass. Gabby Deck to the top shelf. The final ticks of the first half clock. Cuba have been stubborn on Al Planas' team for much of this half, but Argentina now up by 14 at the main intermission, 41-27. Despite 11% three-point shooting, 59% on the interior in Cuba, a higher percentage beyond the arc than on the interior. Some odd numbers there. Argentina, similar way to the win in Cuba on Friday, pulling away though, creating a double-digit gap despite problems on the perimeter that remain. big advantage on the boards as well. That wasn't the case in the first game. Plus 10 in total rebounds here. Even double the assists. And, balanced offense, but Francisco Cafaro pulling away at the top of the scorers charts. 11 points, 6 rebounds in his 13 minutes. Three scorers for Argentina behind him on 8 points apiece. Pusino, Deck and Fernandez. But how about this young man? He stole the show for much of that second period. The introduction of Alex Negrete really sparked Argentina's pull away. It's 9.5 minutes, 4 points, 4 assists, a couple of rebounds and a steal. As for Cuba, 8 points for Marcus Chacon. Indeed for Ibrahim Echevarria. Nobody else on more than 4. On 3 of 8 from the field, Echevarria 2 of 6. How about the power of Cafaro? They kept on finding mismatches for him. That second period went on as well. Cafaro with his 11 points is 5 of 7 from the field. He's volleying on the interior. 2 meters 16 big man. Gabby Deck capping a fantastic second period for Argentina, who lead by 14 in the main break. 41-27 over Cuba.
Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown. Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good.
Bogdanovich, who goes in and scores. Ah!
This is what it's all about.
It's all one big basketball family, folks.
Winning time.
Both teams over the limit.
You have got to be kidding me!
Drives inside, oh, rejected, swatted away, Echenike.
It's a strong move inside, but the long wingspan of Echenike provides the rim protection.
Beauchamp again is coming in, he shows us his hops. Well, the words worth the price of admission come to mind when you look at Beauchamp. This bounce pass, Tito Casero gets blocked by Cafaro.
And Bridgewater picks it from behind. They have numbers, they throw it up, they throw it home. And this is a highlight reel when the Bahamas get out and run.
Are they going to get a trap there? Dribbled right into it. Oldish. Can he find a way out? He does. Good ball movement for Jamaica. And the slam for Facey. What an addition he is. The feed.
Trying to assert themselves, but they just give it straight back. And Uruguay get the steal and the finish.
Nice pass inside, but Jones is rejected by Charles Badioko, who flexes after that one. And this time, he is rewarded by his teammates. He gets the block on the defensive end, sprints the floor, and gets the assist from Bell Haynes.
Oh
Borges, what a time. Obrigado, boa noche. What a play by Flamengo's Alexei Borges.
He's got 10. It's a steal. Montero lobs it up, and Soriano brings down the house. Timeout, Mexico. The DR brought it down, and they have their biggest lead of the game. Shot clock down to 7. Udish running into trouble. Will take a tough 3. Doesn't get it. The rebound. Coburn tips it home. Jamaica fired up. Coburn with an offensive rebound and a putback, of course. It would be the big man. What a game from him. 26 and 15. And the game is done. So the basket counts. The officials said there is no time left, and Jamaica have got a famous win here.
How many times are we going to see this? Baseline, are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
I go tax to close out. Bruno inside.
Fills it up.
Acordate que a partir del 18 de año siempre primicia absoluta se vende la camiseta de la selección argentina.
Welcome back to Buenos Aires, where Argentina lead by 14 over Cuba at halftime on game day 2. Take a look at the top scorers here. Marcos Chacon, 8 points for Cuba. A couple of players, in fact, with 8 points, along with Echevarria. Chacon 2 of 5 from 2, 1 of 3 on the exterior. Ball in his hands a lot, more than anybody else for Cuba. A couple of assists, 3 rebounds as well, and a steal. Also a couple of turnovers. He's played nearly 18 minutes of the first 20. Fantastic atmosphere in this intimate arena in support of Argentina here. Really put on a show for their fans, in particular in that second period after a slow start. 22-9 second quarter. One of the biggest illustrations of their dominance in that second period was their top scorer, Francisco Cafaro, 11 points. As they found mismatch after mismatch for him. 7 from the field, 1 of 2 at the line. 6 rebounds as well, including a couple of offensive rebounds. That a department where Argentina have dominated. 11 offensive boards in the first 20 minutes. 5 more than Cuba, despite the fact Cuba have missed more shots. Cafaro's 11 points, coming in 13 minutes of action, and the majority of them in that second quarter. The 11 of Cafaro, they've got 3 players on 8 points. Orsino actually 8 points, 8 rebounds, and had a big chase back block as well. More about Alex Negrete, 4 assists, and a steal without a turnover. His incredible cameo also resulted in perhaps the highlight reel player of the game, plowing coast to coast for a dunk. Fernandez has 8 points, 5 rebounds and a steal in 11 minutes. Zidane has 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds in 11.5 minutes, and we know all about the 11 points to lead the way of Francisco Cafaro. He's also got the 6 rebounds. 2 of those 11 offensive boards that Argentina have as a team. Here's a look at the leaders in the different categories for Cuba. Nobody with more than the 2 assists that Chacon has. Chavarria, as well as his joint team high 8 points, has 9 rebounds. So he's the leading rebounder in the game. A couple of those have come from the Argentine backcourt. They've only grabbed 6 offensive rebounds as a team, Cuba, despite shooting only 25% from the field. Argentina 11 offensive rebounds and shot 40% from the field. Just a reminder, if you are joining us late, as we see the line from Marcos Chacon, the top player so far for Cuba, that they're top 2 players from the first game, the first meeting at home against Argentina, both absent for this one tonight. Karol Guzman, in that first game, had 22 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists and a steal. And Pedro Bombino had 12 points, 9 rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds, 2 steals and a block. The top 2 players for Cuba by efficiency. Those all-round contributions. Vast majority of the offensive responsibility, and in fact scored half of Cuba's points in the game between them. Both of them absent tonight for different reasons. So Cuba really up against it and held their own for a large part of the game, but Argentina over the last 5 minutes or so of the second period pulled away. Cuba shooting worse than it was in the first game. They were able to match Argentina in rebounding that first game as well on El Planas' team. 12, despite losing the first period by 8. They were able to fight in the next 3 quarters close, and this one is the second period that's broken the game open in Argentina's favor. Can Cuba reel them back in, short-handed, on the road here tonight? We'll find out in just a moment. Not really talked too much about Facundo Campasso. Played 10 minutes in the first half, had 3 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 turnover. Was 0 of 4 from the field. We're seeing is the talent that Argentina have coming through now. They're not just players who are arriving on the scene, they're players that have started to build up a bit of experience, started to find big roles for themselves for their clubs. Some of whom have moved recently to Europe, getting better from their experiences. Players now really graduating into key roles and would be starting to really hit their prime at Qatar 2027. That might make Argentina a very dangerous prospect. You can follow their journey with the World Cup Qualifiers app if you can catch that QR code, or if not, find it in the App Store right the way through to the 2027 FIBA World Cup in Qatar.
Amigas, amigos, comienza el tercer cuarto. Argentina 41, horas 27.
Here we go, start to the second half. Cuba at least with the ball, down 14. Cero going to start it with a turnover, are they? They really did. I mentioned the offensive rebounding count in the halftime analysis. Also worth talking about the turnover count as well. Both possession count categories favouring Argentina. Only committed 4 turnovers the whole of the first half. Cuba's 7, not bad. And a game on the road here in Buenos Aires, but missed shots and turnovers as well, aren't they? And they're missing plenty. Jumping in the passing lane. Maybe getting the reward for his efforts. As Kevin Zuniga didn't play at all in the first game. Been a 9-man rotation so far for Cuba tonight. Brusino from mid-range, got it off the high hop. And Argentina by 16. First step, there he is again, attacking strong, met mid-air though, Zuniga. Shot clock still ticking, they get the 3 away, no good though. And the transition triple drops in the blink of an eye for Brusino. And Argentina now are not just pulling away, they are dominating. 19 the lead, a minute and a half into the second half. Zuniga. His teammate couldn't handle the pass. Now flying forward and laying it up nice and simple was Jose Vildoza. The perfect lead pass. And Argentina lead by more than 20 points. How quickly a game against quality opposition can get away from you. It was only a one-possession game at the midway point of the second period. Now it's 21. 7 minutes later. Make it 23. Make it stop. Cuba are feeling right now. They have been rocked against the ropes. Around the midway point of the last period, it was 29-26. This has been a run for the ages for Argentina. (21-1) run. 23-21, and Argentina is showing no sympathy. 25 the lead. And Cuba can get no points. Behind the back goes Brusino, foul. A timeout. They need a timeout. 3 minutes into the third quarter.
A ver aquí, otro eso. Largo, dale, sí, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, ¡el aplauso! Buenísimo. A ver, un beso más. Más. A ver, más besos. El último beso de la tarde. Último. Ahí va. 5, 6. ¡Ay! Te fuiste rápido.
25-1 Argentine run. Rusino off left, rebound grabbed by Chacon. He's trapped. People are going to have to play with energy. Difficult to find it in these circumstances. They want to avoid complete embarrassment. Blown to bits since the midway point of the second period. Tough bucket, well done Diaz. Fighting away in the low post and putting it in. Their first field goal in around 9 minutes of action. It had been a 25-1 run before that. The score was 29-26. With 4:45 left in the second period. Vildosa's taken a whack to the face here. Playing with Spain, or in Spain, with Corona this season. After many years in Argentina and Brazil, starring in the BCL Americas, Jose Vildosa, the 29-year-old guy. One of those rising stars, Juan Fernandez. What a breakout America. He's 9th in the tournament in efficiency. Shot's good for Vildosa. Big scorer at the America Cup. He hasn't been yet in this window. He's got the potential. 14.8 points per game at the America Cup, a team high. Scintillating three-point shooting. It's a calculator. Margin already, 27, the Argentine lead over Cuba. Not slowing down. Rusino. Cafaro on deck, working with his fellow big man. Freedom of the paint to fly for the two-handed hammer this time from Francisco Cafaro. 13 points for him to tie Brusino as the top scorer. And Fernandez on 10 as well. 3 scorers in double figures for Argentina. Telegraphed by Brusino. Quick release, deck. Push pass into the paint, then the composure, and then more points for Cafaro. Back-to-back buckets for him. 15, the lead up to 31. Argentina have more than doubled Cuba's offensive output. Diaz looking to adapt and go one-on-one. Diaz, and did get a foul off Cafaro. First foul on the center. He's one of those players, and there's another Negrete. Rusino's 13.12 rebound double-double as he goes to the bench. They've got lots of those players that are sort of between the ages of 23 and 25. Coming through, Negrete is 24. Juan Fernandez is 23. Corbalan is 23. Cafaro 25. Here's it from Buenos Aires, the top scorer as he goes to the bench. 60-30. Campasa. Oh, how about the laser beam bounce pass to scorch the hardwood from Facundo Campasa. 4 assists now. Argentina by 32. Paso is the biggest star name and the oldest player on this squad, the 34-year-old point guard now, Facundo Campasso. Deck 30. Negrete. It's going to be the second violation, I think it was. And 6th turnover for Argentina. A couple of them in this quarter after 4 in the first half. Echeverria. Oh, having none of it. The block in the center after the fancy handles from Echeverria. And Argentina just goes straight to the goal. Corbalán throws it down after the big defensive stop. Wide open, Deck for 3. With pinpoint precision, Gary Deck, Argentina by 35. Both teams at 18% on the perimeter now. Banked in from the foul line by Aldo Castel. These fans just enjoying the show now. It's Deck again. Back-to-back threes for Gabby Deck. Argentina hits 70 and finally find their range after a tough night on the outside. That spells significant trouble for Cuba, who've been dominated anyway, despite the fact Argentina have had a low three-point percentage. Echeverria double-double. Campasso threw it away, another turnover. The forceful finish from Marlon Diaz. And Echeverria stepping up again. 10 points, 10 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, and a steal for Echeverria. Diaz, up to 11 points, is now Cuba's top scorer. He's got 3 boards and a steal. Chance to tag on an extra point from the foul line. The big block from Argentina was from Lee Alicia, the 21-year-old. Didn't mention him in the crop of young players coming through because he's not really been playing too much. But he comes in and has a big impact on defense. He's only played 2.5 minutes tonight. Campasso gets his first score and gets another 3. How about 3 threes in quick succession from the 2 Madrid men for Argentina here? 2 for Deck, 1 for Campasso, and a Cuba turnover. This has become a real showcase for Pablo Prigioni's team.
Pasar con la derecha.
No, para que él le quede a la derecha.
Entonces, Tortu, Orba, venía tomando, Lee, sí, dale. Se va. Mira los dos, Tortu, caigo, Alex. Sí,
We did see those statistics right. Only 5 assists in the game for Cuba with their 12 turnovers. Corbalan, the Statue of Liberty dunk off the back of the big block from Lee Alisha. 24 assists for Argentina with only 7 turnovers. Just about a 3.5 to 1 assist turnover ratio for the Argentines. 35 is their lead if you can count, and it's going to get more than that. Gabby Deck, there's 8 points for him in the period. He's the top scorer in the game now with 16. Open spot for Gutierrez, short on the 3. It's Argentina ball. I think the stats were late to update for Deck. He's got 18 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and only 1 turnover in 16 minutes. 7 of 11 shooting, including those 2 triples that have come in this period. Well, they are the biggest underdogs in this group, Cuba. Deck would have been 3 in the 3rd for him. This has been an annihilation from Argentina since the midway point of the 2nd period, when it was only a 3-point game. Fancy footwork behind the perimeter, another miss, offensive rebound. Credit the hustle and staying with the play. Drifting, not dropping at the buzzer. Would have put an exclamation mark on another fantastic period of play, one in which the 21-year-old Alisha has produced a big moment on the defensive end that led to a flying finish on the offensive end for Corbalan. Argentina continue to show their potential. There's as many threes in that period as the whole of the first half. It's a 25-1 run, if I remember rightly, that blew the game wide open from the midway point just about of the 2nd period. Reaching half-time and into the 3rd. It was a 34-point 3rd quarter for Argentina. Limited Cuba to 13. They won that period by 21. They won the 2nd period by 13 when they started to pull away. The 1st quarter, it was only decided by 1 point. Right, with 15 points, 6 rebounds, has been surpassed now by Gabby Deck, who's got 18 points to lead all scorers. Cuba struggling to score for the last 2 quarters, led by the 11 points of Marlon Diaz. 10-point, 10-rebound double-double, Ibrahim Echeverria. More quarter to play in window 1 for these 2 nations. Argentina set to go 2-0 to start, continuing their positivity from a silver medal summer at the AmeriCup. Gabby Deck and Facundo Campasso back with the team now, didn't play at the AmeriCup in the summer. And can take them to another level, and of course to take them back to the World Cup after Argentina missed out on the 2023 edition as the reigning silver medalists. Deck takes it back, determined to get a true landslide statement-sending win here. Campasso High catch in the corner, well done. Readjusted shot off the mark. Composure in the paint from the big man to put it in. And Fernandez, 2'11" power forward who sometimes plays at center in small ball lineups for Pablo Prigioni. He's now got 12 points, 7 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds in 17 minutes. Deep three-point shot here. Of course, there are going to be tougher tests to come. Argentina, Cuba are going to go to 0-2, having taken on the toughest test of all. It's a tough attack on the follow from Echeverria, showing his intensity even late on. So just has great strength. The way he passes the ball and a three-point shot. Negrete really growing in this game. Alex Negrete. He played 13 minutes a game at the America. He is flying forward. We've seen that already here. Passes on. Extra player in the corner is Campasso. And all of a sudden, they're all dropping. And Argentina lead by north of 40. They've already surpassed the offensive output they had in the first game in Cuba, when they were 80-68. This has been next level stuff from the 3-time America's champions. Six points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds for Campasso now. Just ran into a defensive wall by the name of Juan Boca, the young player who's coming in. It's the next wave of youngsters coming in for Argentina now. 20-year-old Juan Boca. 21-year-old Lialisha. Zero foul. So for Argentina, it's Uruguay at home at the end of February, and then the first few days of March, Panama in that next window, and then in the final window of this first stage in July, they go on the road to those same two nations, Pablo Prigioni's team. It's for Planas and Cuba. Panama and Uruguay at home as well in the next window, just the other way around. And then trips to those two teams in July again. They're still working really hard on the defensive end, not settling for what they've got so far. Here, Negrete! Fouled on his flight path. And he is a live wire. 7 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds and a steal, 0 turnovers in his 16 minutes. And Paso here, here's it. From Buenos Aires, a magician from Cordoba. I think all of those players that are from 23 to 25 years old now in Qatar, 25 to 27, really hitting their peaks. Starting to get into that part of their careers and having had another couple of years playing together. Facundo Campasso is going to be too much slower in a couple of years' time. He'll still be running the show in one way or another. youthful exuberance, quality around him. Negrete faking a pass, slicing and dicing the defense and hitting double figures. And he becomes the 5th Argentine to do so. Superb all-round performance from Negrete. Chacon scoring for Cuba. A small stitch in a wide-open, fatal wound. Chacon up to 8 points is their 3rd top scorer. In fact, that might be late to update. Yes, he's up to 10. So he becomes their 3rd double-digit scorer, and soaring and scoring in emphatic fashion at the other end, Fernandez. Juan Fernandez drawing oohs and ahs from this Buenos Aires crowd. How many turnovers are Argentina forcing here as well? Just as feisty on the defensive end as they were to start. Look at this pass from Negrete. A delightful dime right out of the Facu Campasso playbook. Negrete learning from the very best in the business. Open spot for 3. That was Negrete's 6th assist. For Fernandez, 14 points. He's got the joint highest efficiency of all players in the game, along with Brusino. Brusino's been on the bench for a while on his 13-point, 13 rebound, 4 offensive rebound double-double. Gutierrez. Canteros. Step through move, wild. His teammate trying to clear it up for him. Argentina are not going to stop running. Negrete, young players playing for places, playing for minutes. Trying to increase their stock. Half of the final quarter. Sneak on the sideline for another Cuban turnover. Timeout with 4:41 to play, called by Argentina. Just in cruise control here in the capital. Emphatic illustration of the full-blooded, fast-paced nature of this electric Argentine performance. Prigioni's team will be slowing down before the century mark, that's for sure. They will want to hit 100. They've been hitting Onel Planas' team with everything they've got and then some. 28 assists with just 7 turnovers now. For the lead, they doubled Cuba's score, 4.5 to play. It's a carry called. It's on the 20-year-old Dylan Bourdon, who's for the very first time off the back of that timeout and committed a turnover after 8 seconds. Echeverria, nerves maybe stepping onto this senior World Cup qualifying stage for the youngster. Ugon didn't play at all in game 1, so that was his debut. That was his introduction. Here he is again. Offensive rebound for Argentina. Trip to the line to go. Checking the record books for you. Argentina are maybe chasing a few records in terms of rebounds and assists here in this game. Travel forced by the Argentine defense, and that's been the most impressive part perhaps for Pablo Prigione's team, is that they're still playing with that kind of focus and intensity on the defensive end despite the huge margin. That's because he's brought even younger players in. Misha's going to try and challenge the shot. We saw him do that earlier. He picks off the ball far too easily. What a pass out that is! And the freedom to fly! Gonzalo Corbalan goes over his head. 10 out of 10 for the number 10. They've had style and substance tonight, Argentina. Corbalan, Corblimey. Look at the finish of this rising star. The future is bright for the Argentines. This doesn't look too bright for Cuba. Legitimate cause for concern, it seems. They've lost 2 star players ahead of this game. Back to his feet is Echeverria. It looks a little bit better than it did a few moments ago. He's been their best player in this one. 12 points, 13 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds, 2 steals. They lost their 2 best players from the first game ahead of tonight. Pedro Bombino injured and Carl Guzman unavailable as well. Final 3 minutes. 3-point shot, Zuniga getting his first action of these qualifiers in this second half. Cut into the paint, finish wouldn't drop. Offensive rebound, Canteros. But a fairly rare score. 19 points in the first period, not many since. Outside shot good for Ferran. For Van Bokke, beg your pardon. Bokke, the 20-year-old. The swivel, the footwork, and the finish. Neatly done with the underarm harm from Marlon Diaz. Final 2 minutes. Now 30 assists for Argentina. Probably going to just fall short of the record of 35 assists set by Brazil in 2022 in World Cup qualifying. And 3 points away from the century mark now, a minute and a half to play. Still, Cuba only have 5 assists in this game. That might be a record low. 5 assists, 18 turnovers for Cuba. 30 assists, 9 turnovers for Argentina. The top 5 all-time rebounding performance in World Cup qualifying for Argentina. Might be top 5 in assists as well. Pablo Prigioni's team have had so many contributions right across the roster. Fired in and flipped up and in by Alicia. The 21-year-old picked off. Now a chance to surpass the century, a clattering mid-air. We weren't going to let them hit and surpass 100 with anything fancy. Instead, Cuba will make them earn it at the foul line. Castel with a hard foul. Dylan Bordon, the 20-year-old, misses the first. Only played half a minute at the AmeriCup. Dylan Bordon didn't play the first game here, so his first action of the qualifiers tonight. He misses both. Doesn't look convincing at all at the strike, Bordon. So a minute to play. Point away, Argentina. Cuba themselves aiming for 50. They can't get it. And here come Argentina pushing the pace and hitting on the outside to make it a 102-point night to go 2-0 in World Cup qualifying. Down block from Gonzalo Bressan. Fans on their feet now in Buenos Aires. 32 assists for Argentina, ties the 3rd most all-time. Done it with only 9 turnovers. They have blown Cuba to bits. Led by the 18 points of Gabby Deck, but 6 scorers in double figures. And an outside shot from Alicia to cap it. The 21-year-old showing his range. 105 for Argentina. They had 3 threes at half-time. They've knocked down 8 of them in the second half. And with 6 players scoring between 10 and 18 points, Argentina obliterate Cuba and win it 105-49. Established marquee names and rising stars forming the perfect constellation to light up the capital tonight. 18 points in 19 minutes for Gabby Deck to lead the way. 15.6 rebounds for Francisco Cafaro. 14.7 boards, 3 steals for Juan Fernandez. 13 points, 13 rebounds for Nicolas Brusino, 12 points for Corbalan, 5 assists, 4 rebounds as well. And the finish of the game with a late breakaway, overhead, reverse dunk. And Alex Negrete, in 18 minutes of action, 10 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, and 0 turnovers. Take your pick, they were all superb. And through all that, I don't even mention Facundo Campasso, who had 6 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Dominating in so many departments. Look at the assists, 33-5. Assists and rebounds, both, I think, top 5 in the history of World Cup qualifying in the Americas. You only get 3 of those 6 scorers in double figures on that graphic for Argentina. To think it was a close game after the first quarter of play. People were holding their own until the midway point of the second. It was a 1-possession game with 4 minutes and 45 seconds to play in the first half at 29-26. From there, Argentina produced an epic 25-1 run to go up by 27. And they just continued to raise the bar and rock the rack. 8 of their 11 made threes coming after half-time. And this special moment. So many special moments from a number of special young talents. The second period by 13, the third period by 21, that last quarter by 15. Sheer domination for an Argentine side that now go 2-0. Look like they really are developing cohesion, chemistry and camaraderie to add to their abundance of quality. Argentina 2-0 at the top of Group D. Uruguay 2-0 as well. Those two nations will meet in the next window. Cuba and Panama both fall into 0-2. The top 3 go through to the second stage, so still plenty to play for them. They play 6 games total through the 3 windows of this first stage. From me, Tim Long, a pleasure having your company for this one. We'll see you next time for more FIBA 2027 World Cup qualifier action on the road to Qatar.